Hello everyone, I'm Yong Li. The train number is 263223. My supervisor is Professor Mayat, Dr. Hashiba Hamid. I'm great to have your time to show my presentation today. During the next 15 minutes, I would like to share my proposal about the impact of time management on academic achievement among SQS students in University Utara, Malaysia during COVID-19. Here is the table of content in my proposal, and today my presentation is divided into 3 parts. I will start with Chapter 1, Introduction. First, background of the study. As we know, time cannot be bought with money and cannot be kept with status. Time management is the process of planning and schedule how to divide the time between different activities, which means when the time is limited and the expectations are high, good time management allows us to work smarter rather than harder and accomplish more with less time. While the academic performance is a measure of a learner ability and achievement, there are few things that today university students have fallen behind due to poor in time management. Besides, the 4 years university experience in Malaysia is the most valuable learning status of student life, and it is directly linked to their future success. Nowadays, many university students are faced with a dilemma of how to efficiently use time and practice fair in time management. Next, problem statement. The impact of the COVID-19 Malaysian lockdown on 18 March 2020. Delay in the opening dates of school, college, and university. The traditional learning method, face-to-face, has been changed to online learning. However, many students are unable to access the internet or shortage of the electronic equipment. If the internet connection is poor, students will experience issues in class, such as missing the class information, delay the learning progress, fail to complete the task assigned by the teacher on time, while some of the students were doing the part-time job or helping family to do the housework. For students in Department of Mathematics, time management has a big influence on their academic achievement. That is because mathematics subject requires a lot of face-to-face explanations and the online teachings will limit the student understanding or mastering of the problem. Teacher also cannot assign the progress of the student's understanding. Therefore, the purpose of this study of the impact of time management on academic achievement of university students during a hard time like COVID-19. Besides, the research will also be conducted to find out the time management factor that influence university students' academic achievement as well as to compare student time management skills. This shows the research question and objective of the study. The objective of the study is first to determine the relationship between the time management and academic achievement among SQS undergrad students. For the second, to identify the significant difference among the 3 factors of time management behavior. Third, to determine the significant difference of academic achievement score between student demographics. Scope of the study. This study focused on the impact of the time management through academic achievement among the SQS undergrad students during the COVID-19. The data collection will be conducted in SQS UUM using Google Forms. Based on the significance of study, the finding of the study will be benefit and help SQS undergrad students to allocate and arrange their time efficiently so that they could manage their study effectively. It also may help to reduce the troubles of not having enough time for students and lets them realize what is the priority as a student during the COVID-19. The management of the school also can pay attention to the issue, which has a big impact on the academic performance for a student, as well as for the school as a whole. Well, let's move on to the second part, literature review. This chapter reviews the definitions and dimensions of time management. Let's see the definition of the time management. According to the Adam 1998, time management is the endeavor to make the most of the time, which is a valuable resource to achieve a goal is in the most effective manner possible. However, based on the results of Rara 2002, time management is crucial for university students as it will help them to improve their grade and productivity. According to the finding of Iman 2006, most of the students has moderate time management skill. with 33% having a strong time management skill. Therefore, at here, we can see that the time management has a big effect to the academic performance. Next dimension of the time management. There are three factors of the time management behavior. For the first one, Hickman 2006 say that short-range planning is defined as a time management task that are surrounded by a daily of a really time structure and include tasks like setting goals at the start of the time, planning daily behavior, and creating book contents. According to the different research finding, Lisa 2008 found that is a positive substantial relationship between student grade point average and their time attitude and short-term planning. For the time attitude, McCanlongus 2010 say that many people spend their life after take discolorations because they try to keep on in the appropriate duty or impair their successful focus on their pursuits. Time management has a direct impact on a group academic success. According to the finding from Karim 2015, time management practices are linked to individual awareness and attitude regarding time management, as well as their belief of having control over the time. Therefore, time attitude are defined as a belief that one is in command of one time. The belief that a person is effectively managing his time and making good use of his time. For the long-range planning, Kelly 2004 said long-term planning entails setting long-term goals and sticking to a strict schedule. It is referred to as a sense of organization preference by many academics and is aimed to long-term planning. To obtain a summary of the daily activity, that must be complete, as well as the time is limit and priority increase the people's perceptions of control over the time, allowing them to deal with all the challenges in a long run. Brigade 2005 also say long-range planning will let us know how much effort you will need to put in over the next few hours, days, or weeks. It might even be hours, days, or weeks. Planning outcome that can be measured right away. This provides the idea that time management techniques have a positive impact on academic accomplishment. Okay, let's move to the next part, methodology. This chapter will be described about data collection, sampling method, question at development, and data analysis method. For the data collections, primary data will be collected using question A and it will be analyzed to achieve all the objectives of the study. Dividing populations, the population of this study is students who are studying at SQS in UUM Sintok, Malaysia, except for semester 1 and semester 2 students. That is because the SEM 1 and SEM 2 students do not have any experience for the face-to-face methods. At the beginning, they enter UUM, they have already studied online, so that they cannot make a difference between the face-to-face method and the online method, and they also cannot feel that they have faced any trouble that have causing their academic performance, so they just feel normal in these situations. Sampling method. At this stage, there are 664 of the SQS undergrad students for semester A202 assets for semester 1 and semester 2. Therefore, we can know the population is 664. However, two sets of the sampling will be used to calculate the sample and select the respondents, which are stratified. The respondent will be chosen randomly from the online user in UUM online learning. The stratified sampling method was applied for selecting respondents which accommodates about 664 students, which are total populations of the female in the SQS is 505, while the male is 159. At first, we used the stratified to divide the respondents into two groups, male and female. We used the formula to identify the sample size according to the gender. This page shows the way I use the formula to calculate the sample and select the respondents. The results show the total sample of the respondent is 42, which are 32 of female and 10 of male. Next is the question A development. The question A is updated and modified from Radali 2018 and McConaughey 2010, as they also examine similar problems as the investigate academic performance based on time management. In my question A regarding to four main sections, however, the 7 point of the symmetric scale will use, they show the timeline to represent my scale. As we see, the 7 means always and 1 means never. Let's move to the data analysis method. First, I will do the anomaly test to determine that whether the data is normal or not normal. If the data is normal, I will use the parametric test to solve the objective problem, while if the data is not normal, I will choose the non-parametric test. This table has shown the method which under the parametric test and non-parametric test, and both relate with the related objective. Next is the pilot test. The small sample size of the people received 18 copy of the questionnaire will ask to respond in next semester. Pilot test is used to reduce the number of the error in the question A. Last, expected findings. At the end of this research, students will be able to manage the direction and strengths of the time management through their academic performance. Next, we may able to know which of the three factors of the time management has the most influence in academic achievement. Lastly, academicians may confirm any significant difference in academic achievement score based on demographic characteristics of students. Thus, they can take appropriate actions in the class. This is a Gantt chart for my program. And this is my appendix A. It shows the question that I have prepared for the question A. Here show the section A for the question A, which include the demographic and GPA of the student in semester A202. This is section B, short range planning. For the section C and the section D, is same as the section B. The responder will require to answer the question to determine their current level of time management, while the level of the time management is shown at below, and they can answer any value in the interval from 1 to 7, such as the example below. The right-hand side shows the question relates with the sections. Next is section C, time attitude. Last is the section D, long-range planning. Okay, here comes to the end of my presentations. Thank you very much for your time. Hope you have a nice day.